everyone. You're watching the PuppetCon YouTube channel. I'm your host, Liisa, and this episode we are featuring another guest of this year's PuppetCon, Sarah Argue. So PuppetCon is held in Almonte on Friday, August 11th to August 13th. It features workshops, panels, and even a murder mystery. So if you haven't already tuned in as well, please check out the Noreen Young interview that we did the other month. But today, again, we're going to welcome Sarah. So Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, my dear.
Yeah, I'm loving the backdrop.
It's real. It's not a blue screen.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah, exactly. I can see that. So out of all those puppets, you've made all of those from scratch.
Yeah, so all of these puppets, I'm a self-taught puppet builder.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, all that means is like I have no idea what I'm doing because I fail every single day, but I believe that failing can lead to something good. So
Yeah.
all of these ones I have created. These two over here in the corner, the snowmen, are actually Noreen Young's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I bought them off of her for our winter show because she wasn't using them anymore. So now they're fully in Creatureville.
Oh, they're so adorable. I love the snowmen. Do they have what are their names or any like songs that go with them? I feel like they would sing.
Yeah, I know. Their names are Bob and Doug.
Okay.
And yes, they have a parody. They kind of like say like, "Oh, good day there, eh? My name's Bob, and this is my brother Doug, eh? And we're snoozers."
Right. I get it. Mackenzies.
You get it.
That's amazing. So what
We got to have jokes for the dads, in the kids shows.
Yeah, I get that for sure. And like that's kind of what our theme is this year for PuppetCon is it's more based for adults. So like adult humor, adult workshops and things like that. So that's amazing. What got you started in puppetry?
I actually used to work for the city of Ottawa in a cubicle Monday to Friday with a pension. And I just wasn't happy doing my job. So I decided to make a choice and quit my job and do something that would make me happy.
Yeah.
I actually took like a week-long holiday when I was working for the city, and I took Noreen Young's workshop.
Oh, wow.
So I saw this like advertisement through Puppets Up, and I'd never been. So this was probably in my like late 20s. And it said like, come learn how to build a latex puppet with Gloria under the umbrella tree. So I booked off my holidays and I went and spent the whole week with Noreen. It was like a 5-day workshop on how to build her latex puppets. And then I kind of was hooked. 3 months later, I quit my job and I just want to do something that would make my heart happy. And I started Creatureville, and I never made any of these puppets. So I just started. Actually, Hank is my first puppet. You can see this is what failure looks like because I tried to make a round head, but I made this like square head.
Yeah.
Like, okay, then he's got to be like a cool, like muscular, strong character.
Okay.
And then his mouth actually doesn't even shut because I didn't know how to make the mouth close. So I gave him teeth so that nobody would notice. And his eyeballs are like really heavy. So he's kind of like always looking down. So I thought, oh, I'll just give him this hair that moves and no one will notice that he's looking down. Because like, since I'm self-taught, I always feel like I have to see solutions for my problems.
Yeah.
And I can keep going and creating. And I could rebuild him, but I feel like, 12 in my company, it's kind of good to remember where I started. You want to see him come to life?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like a surfer, laid back kind of dude. Hey, what's going on? I'm Hank the surfer dude. Yeah. And I like to surf all day long and eat pizza flavored cookies and cookie flavored pizza. Oh yeah. Okay, gotta run, human. Surf's up.
Nice to meet you, Hank.
Nice to meet you.
I like him. The teeth even like kind of have the same shape as his head. So yeah, I like what you've done with him.
Yeah, and see, like seeing a solution to the problem. You never notice that his mouth doesn't close and he's got a big square head.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, and yeah, good to keep, be aware of your roots and still keep him and love him and cherish him.
Well, like I get caught up in my head as a business owner, right? Like, because I have so many goals and what I want to do and what do I want to accomplish. And sometimes I focus on like what I don't have done yet and where I want to go. And I'm like, yeah, but look at how far I've come and where I started.
Yeah.
Uh, I have done so much, and it kind of fuels me to keep going.
Yeah. And that's so interesting that you started like in your 20s. Like it's not
Hmm.
something that you picked up as a kid, you know, and you just went, I want to make myself happy. And like that's so important, you know, living your best life. And like why not? You only live one life, so
You
just do
do.
it. And you're
And I didn't even know that a puppeteer was a profession when I was little.
oh
And now,
really?
yeah, I didn't know that was a job that I could have, or that you could be a puppet builder or a puppeteer for a
Yeah.
living. And now
Yeah.
I go into schools like all across Canada telling these little humans, like, you can do this for a living. And yes, it's going to be hard and you're going to fail, but you can be an artist
Yeah.
and run a successful arts business.
Yeah. That's amazing. Did you watch any kind of puppetry programs when you were a kid? Like did you watch the Muppets or Under the Umbrella Tree at all?
I grew up on Fraggle Rock. I was
Okay.
like born
Amazing.
the year that it was created, so that was pretty cool. And Under the Umbrella Tree, I also grew up
Awesome.
on. So, I mean, studying with Noreen and Bob Studd and Steven from Under the Umbrella Tree, like that's something I never could have dreamed of.
Yeah.
Um, and now I'm hiring them to do videos with me. And Noreen's a continuous supporter and mentor of mine, who, you know, when I'm down in the dumps or pitching to a network, I throw it by her first. And then when I
Yeah.
get rejected, she's like, oh, well, next one. You know, like she's such a good supporter
Yeah,
for me.
Noreen's amazing. I also did a workshop with her, and what an experience! So I definitely know what it's like to be under her tutelage. I mean, you've had so much inspiration with her characters. But I've only just kind of settled with one puppet. That's more my vibe.
You
So
don't have over 100 living in your studio?
not yet. No, I have too many
Just
other
wait.
collections. Oh yeah,
Just wait.
yeah. Yeah, I've had some people go, "You should start building more and maybe selling them." And I go, "No, no, 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 no."
Never say never, my dear.
Yeah. Well, it's more just like a license thing because I have a Death Star puppet. Here, I'll just give you yeah. Hello.
That's amazing.
His name's Deathy McDeathface.
Did you build it?
I did with Noreen. So that's
Awesome.
yeah, that's our project done together. So
That's actually why I'm so happy that PuppetCon is happening. Like, I think it's a really good complementary or
mhm.
what's the word I'm looking for? Is that it? Complementary to Puppets Up?
Yeah.
Like, it's nice that there's a year of like shows. And I mean, my daughter loves going to Puppets Up, but
Mhm.
I get asked all the time to share my story and my arts business and how to build puppets.
Mhm.
Because I think there's a ton of artists who want to add that into their work. Or for me, I mean, my workshop that I'm running at Puppets Up is for teachers and librarians and
Amazing.
education
Yeah.
workers, to bring it into their classroom, because I think that little humans and grown-ups love puppets. So it's like I'm excited that I finally get to do that. I've been asked for so many years, teach a puppet making workshop, and I just
Yeah.
never made time for it. So I'm stoked for PuppetCon.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have you, of course. Has your daughter made any puppets? Like, has she modeled after yours, or is she kind of going her own route with them?
No, oh well, she does her own thing.
Yeah.
I taught my daughter at a very young age, you do you. Um, and we respect what everyone else does as well. And so whenever she's creating now, and I'm like, oh honey, what if you use like feathers for the hair, or I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some of this material? She's like, Mom, you do you, I do me. You can't tell an artist what to do. And I think,
Yeah.
oh no, I created a monster.
That's really funny. So, where are some of the places that you've gone touring?
Oh, great question. We tour all across Canada because this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So we do one or two tours out in BC for the school year, all of Ontario. We haven't gone east yet, but I
Okay.
really, really, really want to do an East Coast tour. And then the farthest north we've been to Yellowknife
Oh,
twice.
wow.
Yeah, and a Iqaluit. We actually got to go to Yellowknife in the summer and the winter. And in
Okay.
the winter, we performed in an ice castle.
Wow, that's so cool.
There's an amazing festival up there in the summer, Folk on the Rocks, and in the winter,
Yeah.
Snow King Festival. And they're so welcoming up there. We just love flying north.
Yeah. Was that recently that you went? Because I have a nephew. Well, my sister lives there, so they go to those festivals. So maybe they watched
Oh,
you.
maybe. Yeah, it was pre-pandemic. So
Okay.
I always think like, oh yeah, it was recently, but then I feel like the pandemic's been a very long couple of years. So
Yes.
I've messed up my sense of time.
Yeah, I get that for sure. What are some of your inspirations with your puppetry?
That's another good question. So I only teach a way of life that I live. So Creatureville is all about laughing and being positive and being yourselves. I mean, I get called weird every day of my life since I was a kid. I think it's
Yeah.
a compliment because I think if I'm weird or if I have a weird idea, that means it's like unique and no one's ever thought of it. And so I want little humans knowing just to like they can just be themselves and everyone will
Yeah.
be welcome in Creatureville. And then when I teach a way of life, like I believe in compassion and empathy. I think we're all more similar than we are different.
Yeah.
Like we are all human. Um,
Exactly.
so that's kind of what the puppets teach us, that we are all human. And then to laugh. Like the whole reason I do my business is to be on stage and make adults and kids laugh together because we all have these stories going on in our lives, like good and bad and hard and awesome. And for 1 hour or 30 minutes, however long the show is, adults and kids get to come in and take a break from
Yeah.
their story. And the fact that I have the luxury to make them laugh with my words, as well as be female on stage and be funny,
Which is
um,
awesome. Yeah.
I just, yeah, that inspires me every time I see that like tired, 45-year-old dad who's like, I have to do groceries after this. And then by the end of the show, like he's hugging my puppets with his
Oh.
son. Like that's why I do what I do.
Yeah. That's
And it's also
amazing.
why I can do what I do, like because teachers and tired parents and overwhelmed grandparents bring their kids out to the theater to support me in my shows. And I've been so appreciative of that, but I think like the pandemic when we lost all of our work even highlighted that
Yeah.
more, that I can't do what I do without humans supporting me. So I
Yeah.
never take it for granted. It just inspires me.
That's amazing. Where do you get your comedy material? Because if you're making people laugh all the time, like, do you find you have more of a specific genre of comedy, or do you just go with the moment?
Oh, it's a party in my head. Um, I don't really know what my comedy style is other than like I test it out on my family and friends, and I think if they laugh, then I can get the general public to laugh.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm hilarious, but trust me, at times I'm very awkward too. Because as many laughs as you get for a joke, you get as many wah, wah.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen that. Yeah.
So you just try it out. And if you fail, then you're like, well, something needs to be tweaked. I don't necessarily give up on the joke
Yeah.
if it's the first 12 times, but I will tweak it and deliver it different or slow it down, speed it up kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. And a good line to use is always like when a joke fails, you go, "Well, that didn't work," and then people will laugh at that. So.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, or sometimes now I realize because I'm 40, some of my jokes, if they're not born in the 1900s, they're not funny, or my references
Yeah.
are like dated. So my new, I feel like stock standard joke line is like that one was for the people born in the 1900s.
That's
Um,
funny. Yeah.
yeah, because 2000 plus, they grew up in a whole different world than us 80s babies.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to age myself here either.
Oh man, I'm 40 and I'm just getting started.
Yeah. Well, I find the older I've been getting, the more like childish enthusiasm I've been grasping back onto. So, it's just been happening. Like now I'm doing puppets. Like I wasn't doing this 2 years ago. So
You're hooked.
yeah, it's a passion. I mean, I was always a huge fan of like the Muppets and Fraggle Rock. Like if I ever met Kermit, I would just cry. Like and Miss Piggy because she's
Oh,
she's awesome. I love her.
I got to meet Oscar.
Oh, really?
Carol Spinney was at a conference that I was doing, Puppeteers of America in the States. And I got to meet him and Oscar, like, and it really was unreal. Like I turned into my 4-year-old Sarah
Yeah.
self. Um, And I'm a puppeteer. Like I know there is a puppeteer
Yeah.
behind the puppet. And I just like zoned right in to Oscar and didn't even look at the puppeteer. And I thought, oh man, you got me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't blame you at all. Yeah. So who's your favorite puppet that you currently have?
Oh, Ned is my favorite puppet. I figured you would ask me that question, and I don't have Ned
Oh
because
no.
he literally his eyeball just fell off. And so he's on my fixing table and he has no eyes right now.
Oh.
They're being contact cemented back on. But
Okay.
I
For the
also really
surgery.
I like Tilly.
Tilly.
Yeah, she's based on like when my goddaughter was 4 years old. And she's my big sister's favorite puppet. So I always think of my sis when I bring Tilly to life.
Oh, hi there. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Tilly?
Oh, yeah, I'm really good, thanks.
I like your
So what are you
dress.
doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom just washed it. Thanks, Mom. I got a cape too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
very
just wear a cape
stylish.
all the time.
I mean,
Thank
why
you.
not? You know,
Yeah.
wear a cape if you feel like it.
Oh, totally. And a little human just made me this cute little bracelet the other day.
Very pretty.
Thank you. I take no credit. They just came up after the show and they're like, "Here you go, Tilly." And I was like, "Ah,
Oh,
cool."
and now it's part of you.
Yeah, I like it.
Well,
I
lovely.
like your headband.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
But
it's
why
very
not?
cool, very stylish. I should get me one of those. Can
Yeah.
you get me one of those? Yeah, I'll get you one of those. Okay. Okay, I gotta run, man. Okay, I gotta put away my laundry that my mom just washed.
All right. Very important. All right. Bye,
Yes,
Tilly.
did you hear all that, little human? Put away your own laundry. Okay, gotta go.
I like that she has life lessons as well.
You know, I'm just gonna throw that in case my daughter watches
Yes.
this. Put away your laundry.
Tell me about that cow you've got going on behind you with the bow tie. Yeah.
He's David Utterman. He's the host of a late night talk show here in Creatureville
Okay.
called The Utter Show. Actually, this cow is a good example of me failing because I worked all day long on him. And then my husband came home and I was like, check it out. I made a cow. And he's like, sweet, looks like a pig. And I was like, seriously? And then like day 2, I go down to my studio. I like changed the nose so it was longer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you think? He's like, yeah, sweet donkey. What? And so then like day 3, I go down the studio. Obviously, I'm getting frustrated. And then he gets home and I'm like, thoughts? And he's like, let's go. So 3 days of failing, little humans.
I mean, you know, it's good to have feedback.
It is. And now I have a cow, a donkey, and a pig in the Utter Show. So it's all good.
That's funny.
Yeah, this is David Utterman. Yeah, I'm David Utterman. People always ask me what's with my name. David Utterman. I just tell them I was born with it. Anyone from the 1900s watching? No. That's David Utterman.
Very charming.
I think so. He's a very pretty guy.
Yeah.
Actually, the pig that I was saying that I made when I failed is this guy over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
With a tutu?
Yeah, it's a dancing pig.
Oh, nice. Cute tail.
Yeah, that's my pig. I got 2 of them now.
You always need a dancing pig. You never know.
You know, I love that part of the show. I just like get right into it.
Yeah. It's a good little like commercial break.
Yeah, it is. To the Utter Show.
Yeah. Tell us more about all the other characters on the show, or just like talk about the show in general.
Yeah, so we tour 6 different shows. So we have the Utter Show, which is normally in fairs
Okay.
in the fall, and then our superhero show, that's the one that Tilly is in, tours in schools.
Okay.
And then Zane is in our animal adventure show, you know, teaching little humans and grown-ups the power of choice when it comes to the environment.
Oh, awesome.
Our Auk birds are also in that one. And then our winter show, that one actually only tours in December, and we got some little snowflake puppets here too. These little guys are in it.
Oh,
Uh,
they're adorable.
yeah, they turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's our theater show for the holiday season. And then we have a pirate show as well that kind of tours festivals in the summertime. And we have a new Bee Posy show. I'm actually putting it up as a one-woman show. So the first time
Awesome.
that I'll be doing one woman, several puppets.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Thanks. We'll see how it goes.
I think you'll be great.
My husband and like my best friend have been saying like, just do a one-woman show. You can do it. And I've been going, no, I can't. And finally I gave in, partially because of the pandemic, because with the pandemic, we were in lockdown. I started running everything virtually. And then I started believing in myself going, oh yeah, I can do this.
That's amazing.
Why was I not doing it? So we're not stopping our other shows with our puppeteers, just adding.
Yeah. How many puppeteers do you have right now?
I work with 4 different puppeteers.
Okay.
They all have different gigs. So it's kind of a juggle of everyone's schedule, but I have the most amazing humans that I work with in Creatureville, and they believe in me and they believe in my dream. And I'm just forever thankful for them. They like Jackie Detroit. I think she's been with me almost for 7 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So pretty much once I find a puppeteer, I never let them go.
Well, once you get a good relationship, why change?
Yeah, and we have so much fun. Like it's so much more than just a boss employee relationship.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, obviously they're under my armpit doing shows like 4 times a week.
yeah, you have to definitely develop a friendship there.
Yeah, and confidence that both of us will wear deodorant.
Yeah, that's funny. You can work that into your show now.
Yeah.
About hygiene. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about the workshop that you're planning to do at PuppetCon.
Yeah, so it's a full day workshop. We are making puppets that you can use in the classroom, library story times, as well as like puppets that kids could make. So we're going to start off with one of these little guys. So this is just a glove. And we're going to make one of these little cutie.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. These ones a lot of teachers use for kids that are struggling in the classroom and showing emotions. It's a really great way to communicate if the kid is nonverbal or is struggling. As well, it's really good for the younger kids in the library because they're not creepy, they're not scary, they're quite adorable. And actually, I have made these puppets with grades like 5, 6, 7, 8. So I give them the base. I must say my participants in the past have been awesome. Like they start off here, but they add so much more creativity. Because I will say I'm a very big believer. Obviously, I taught my daughter, you do you, that I'll give you ideas and I'll encourage you to start here. But, everyone is unique. So everyone can make something totally awesome and totally themselves. And the participants in my workshop, I know will already have different ideas than me and make totally awesome puppets that I would never dream of making.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, and then the other ones that we're making are out of these like fuzzy, warm socks.
Okay.
And so we're making this type of puppet.
Oh, it's cute. Oh, I love
Yeah, I made mine into a fish.
Yeah.
But I've seen this made into dragons and worms and just monsters, even people.
Okay.
Making this kind, and this is the same movable mouth as my puppet. The difference, to be honest, between these puppets and this puppet is this is just my hand and I use foam on these ones. So this is like a really good starter off puppet to jump then afterwards to that style of puppet. So those are the 2 puppets we're making in the workshop. This is actually another example. My daughter made this one, which I think is amazing.
I like the one eye.
Yeah. I know, and she wanted to make rods, so she actually just took popsicle sticks from my studio. So I thought it was genius. So I kind of bring a variety of these little guys just to show everything that can be done with pom-poms, socks, material that people have access to, if that makes sense. So even though for my workshop, all the materials are included in the fee. And then after we built those 2 puppets, I'm actually going to spend the afternoon teaching the humans in my workshop how to bring them to life, like in a professional manner.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, because I think that making the puppet is half of it, but bringing it to life with a voice and movement
Yeah.
is what's actually going to make people enjoy the puppet. And you can have the most beautiful built puppet. And if you're off on the voice or if you're off on the movement, it doesn't work and your audience won't be engaged. So we're going to do a bunch to bring our puppets to life.
That sounds like an amazing class. I hope
I'm
everyone signs up for
excited.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. It's a pretty intimate class. I'm not sure exactly how many participants, but there'll be lots of opportunity for one-on-one for me to get to know the participants and exactly what they're thinking for these puppets and what role they want to bring it to, whether they're using it, whether students are using it, whether it's just going to be bringing to life in a story time. So I think it'll be great.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I did a brief day of me walking around in my Darth Vader outfit with my Death Star puppet, and I scared some kids,
Yeah,
not
it'll
knowing that
happen.
I could scare children. It happened. Yeah, and then I started asking people, like what's your like instinct of your first puppet? Because mine was the Death Star, and some people were like, "Huh, vegetables." Like it was a girl who worked at a pub. She said a vegetable, and I was like, "What kind of?" And then it was something like celery based. And I was like, "Well, you're making alcohol, so I can see where the celery comes from." But
I made a piece of toast.
yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, his name is Dupin. My name is Dupin. I'm very, very buttery.
Is he
Yeah.
French? I'm guessing French toast.
Yeah, he's like from Gatineau.
Yeah, adorable.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I wanted to know, like, is any of your siblings or anything into puppetry as well, or is this just something that they just kind of look at you and go, "Wow, you're like," are they artistic as well?
I'm definitely the wild child in my
Okay.
family. There's no ands, ifs, and buts about that. The amount of times I've heard, "Oh, Sarah." So yeah, none of my family is into the arts or even my husband's family. But I will say, I have the best family. They are forever supporting me. Like my dad's a retired bank manager. So just like think about that. Your
Mhm.
dad's a bank manager and your 19-year-old kid goes, I'm going to go to university for theater.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to leave university after 3 years and go tour in the States with a kid's science show, which is what I did. And
Okay.
then I finally got this city job and I was like, I'm going to quit my job and be a puppeteer.
Yep.
And everyone's like, what? But so maybe they don't understand my choices in the moment, but like my dad is the first person to help me with any loadout. Like he's
That's
still
lovely.
coming to my shows. He's still lugging my suitcases. My sister is like, she supports me like anything and anyone, she's got my back. My best friend, Robbie, who helped me start the company, she's still, I'm like so bad at grammar and punctuation and all of that. And I've tried to get better, but it's not my strength. But she is amazing. Like she still reads over my grant applications and social media posts to help me with all my grammar. Like I've got the greatest friends and family supporting me. I'm so blessed.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
Maybe they don't always understand what I'm saying or my
Yeah.
choices, but they support me.
That's good. Yeah. And and now you're teaching a new generation of puppetry as well. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I often think about that because my daughter, like, this is normal for her to have a mom who's a puppeteer. And, I did a show this year actually at her school because she's in kindergarten and like seeing her little face in the audience watching me, like, and just thinking, like, oh, this is what my mom does.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's pretty cool to me. And same with when I hear like my nephew or my nieces in the audience laughing. They're like, there's Auntie Sasa. Like, I just feel like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You guys are learning what a stage is and pre-show music and presets and being in a theater and backstage. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. I get to do it.
Yeah. And then they get to brag to their friends all day that they know you, and the friends are just like, "That's so cool."
I don't know. I think they're probably pretty over it. Like when my daughter's friends come over to play, she's like, no, we're not going to the puppet studio.
Who needs that? Yeah. We've got other things.
I always think when she's down here creating and she's doing it in front of these like puppet walls of 100 puppets. And like, I don't even know if she notices sometime. It's just her new normal.
Yeah, that's so funny.
It's cool.
Yeah. So what other events are you going to be doing in the future?
Yeah, so we just finished our school shows for this school year. So school is out for the summer. And then we're doing Barhaven Canada Day. And then we do a couple festivals. All of our shows are listed on our website or our social media. If you follow Rock the Arts Puppets at RTA Puppets, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And the handle is RTA Puppets on all of those. We post all of our shows. We're doing the Russell Fair, the Carp Fair, and then we head back out probably to BC in the fall as well.
That's amazing. Well, hopefully you get to go out east one day too.
Oh, I really want to make it happen. I want to take I'm putting it here out to the universe. I want to do our winter show out on the East Coast. Mind you, I would actually probably prefer to visit the East Coast in the summertime, but that's okay.
I mean, summer travel is always a bit better than winter travel, but yeah.
But I'm up for any adventure. I love touring. I absolutely love it. I love bringing my daughter on tour. So yeah, that's my happy place, is being on the road, performing, meeting people.
That's awesome. Is there any kind of like famous person you've ever made a puppet of?
Yeah, Alice Cooper. And Alice.
The weirdest thing, when you were singing that song, I was going to say, you should make an Alice Cooper puppet.
I did. Because Splash and Boots, they're a kids singing duo. They're on Treehouse. They approached me, and they had partnered with Alice Cooper to write Heart Parade. And that CD of theirs won a Juno. And so they were producing the video. And so they said, we have to pass this by Alice Cooper and his manager, but we would like to hire you to build us as puppets and Alice Cooper. And then Alice Cooper and his wife and manager will have to approve the puppet. So I did, and he approved it.
So cool.
And loved it, because it's a challenge. I had to build an Alice Cooper kid-friendly puppet.
Okay, I'm excited.
Okay, so
yeah,
like actually, if you Google Heart Parade, Splash and Boots, you can see the video, because they came down from Toronto, and I filmed it in Almonte with Stephen and Bob from Under the Umbrella Tree, and then we brought this guy to life.
Oh,
yeah, that's Alice Cooper.
Nice to meet you, Alice Cooper.
I know, and Ingrid Harris. I think she's doing a workshop for PuppetCon.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Oh, Ingrid Harris made this awesome Alice Cooper leather jacket. Because I was looking for baby leather jackets, and then I remembered Ingrid makes amazing puppet costumes. Like, I don't know how she makes it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, she just made it out of a pair of like old leather pants. I don't think they were her leather pants. I'm not saying Ingrid wears leather pants. I have no idea. Love you, Ingrid. Yeah, she might. I'm not gonna judge. Yeah, that's Alice Cooper.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he turned out really well, and Alice Cooper approved. So that was pretty mind-blowing for me.
Yeah. Has he seen it in person?
Not in person.
Okay.
I had to send approval photos, as well as he had to approve the video. So you should check out the video.
Definitely.
It's a ton of fun to shoot, and work with Nick from Splash and Boots to bring it to life.
That's so cool. That's so funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna make more people into puppets.
Yeah. Who have you thought about as well?
Well, I can't tell you.
Oh.
But stay tuned. More musical bands could be made into puppets coming soon.
Yeah, I like Noreen Young. She has like a young Charles. So I hope she does a Camilla one. I can't remember if she has a Camilla puppet, but I feel like she needs a puppet. Camilla.
She has so many amazing ones. She has like a really fantastic Don Cherry one too.
Yeah. And some classic Almonte. We've got James Naismith, and then as well, like all the local celebrities in Almonte, like Baker Bob, and
awesome.
Yeah. When I said I want to make a Death Star puppet, she kind of looked at me and went, "What?"
Like, I feel like it'd be such a nice compliment if Noreen made you into a puppet. It's like, getting the highest award.
Yeah. Well, she's saying a lot of people who do the workshops is they make themselves, and I went, no, I'm gonna go with just a Planet Destroyer. Like, why not?
To make children happy.
Yeah, exactly. They run away from me now. That never has happened before. Like, Do you have any scary kind of puppets as well? Like a Dracula or anything?
No, I have nothing scary.
Oh, okay.
No, I only have cute huggable ones.
Oh, well, if you ever do a Halloween show, then you can do something like that.
We often do our pirate show around Halloween, but none of them are scary. They're all like gentle pirates.
Yeah, as they should be.
For my audience, for my target audience,
Yeah.
yes.
That's so funny. Well, great. Is there sorry, would you like to share any of your kind of social media as well to the listeners or the watchers?
Yeah, RTA Puppets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a ton of fun on there. The whole goal of our social is just to make you laugh, to give you a
Fantastic.
break from your day and enjoy Creatureville. So,
Great.
and we'll also post all of our upcoming shows and everything on there.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Sarah, for joining us.
Oh, thank
and
you so much for having me. And it was
it's
so
really nice.
lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it was really fun. I hope the watchers enjoy seeing all your puppets in action and seeing Alice, because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're definitely looking forward to having you at the workshop, and I hope everyone signs up for her fantastic workshops and finds their voice in puppetry, and and obviously good luck with your one woman show. I think you'll do fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just for everyone, so the tickets are on sale now. I'll post the link in the description. There's lots of amazing workshops and panels, and of course, like I said earlier, the murder mystery. Like, why not check it out? And come to Almonte this August, so 11th to 13th. So, and stay tuned, of course, for more episodes. So thank you again, Sarah, for joining us today on PuppetCon.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Thanks. Bye. You've been watching the PuppetCon podcast with host Liisa Mountain. Stay tuned for more episodes with special guests coming soon. First ever PuppetCon will be held in Almonte, Ontario, August 11th to 13th, 2023. Tickets and programming can be found on the PuppetCon website, puppetsup.com/PuppetCon. All images and media are not intended for copyright. PuppetCon, this is the con you're looking for, with puppets.